The S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? How's it going? Make sure to leave a comment in the chats. I will read them. I will share them. I will respond. And I am so looking forward to this. I have a special guest today, Marissa Armandi, and she's going to join us now. And we'll let you know what we're going to be talking about, and then some. Okay, here we go.
Hi, guys. What's up? Hello. Happy to be here.
How's my audio? I just realized. Is the audio? Yes. Okay. All right. It's always like you can check all the check marks, making sure everything's good, and then it's like, wait, why didn't this work? Hey, Jay, welcome. Hey, you're here. Yes. Great to see you. So, Marissa.
Hi.
Okay, you probably don't know this from this movie called Don't Be a Menace in the Hood. It's from, I think, in the 90s. And it was a thing my little brother and I used to do. And there's a part where they're singing this guy in a wheelchair. I guess he was like a paraplegic or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and they're singing him happy birthday. I can't remember exactly if it was a cupcake or something. But they're like, happy birthday, homie. And the guy in the wheelchair says, who, me?
Oh,
so I'm going to say happy birthday, and you guys say you, me. Ready? Happy birthday, homie.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Spoiler, it is my birthday tomorrow, guys.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
It's my birthday.
Thank you. I'll be whopping 24 tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, again, new hair. You got like blue, purple, magenta, pink.
Every time. Yeah, I got like blue going on up here and pink on the bottom. Couldn't pick which color I wanted more, so I said, let's just do both.
How about your eyeshadow? It matches your hair.
Yeah, it matches.
I love it. So I had asked you, like, what do you want to talk about today? Now, I got some topics. I got some stuff that I pulled up.
You get a topic.
So, it's funny that you did mention, hold on a second. I'm like, where is it? Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So you had mentioned, because you're into like crime movie stories. I don't know if it's like just crime podcast.
Yeah.
What were you telling me?
So yeah, I've been like straight up strictly listening to true crime podcasts, and I also just watched a show about like murders and stuff. So I've just been on a kick. I listened to this podcast called Crime Junkie, and a couple weeks ago they put out an episode that just had me, like, I'm still thinking about it to this day. So I just like kind of re-listened to that episode and like did my own little research on that crime, and that was actually the crime that inspired the movie Three Billboards that was like an Oscar winner or nominee. So yeah, I definitely can tell that story today.
Got it. Because one of the things I wanted to talk about, which now I'm trying to, I actually pulled up the video. Like, why do I do this? I have this stuff. Since I have two different channels, I for the most part, I make sure that I save the ones in the one channel that I'm going to show in that channel and so forth. But I didn't. Now, here's one. Okay, so here's the story. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me get rid of this commercial. Because you were talking about murders and crimes. And I'm like,
murders, crime.
Talk about a crime. Hey, Niezjo? Is that what you're saying? Hello. Welcome. Hey, while you guys are here, make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, and you watch this replay, you like this content, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Even if you're not watching me live in the replay, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you guys, you know what I've noticed? That I got a notice today on my other channel, for this channel, that I went live 5 hours ago. And I was live 24 hours ago. So, and I feel like sometimes, like today I also hit a notification for something else. and it said, okay, I'm going to notify you when you go live, when this person goes live. But it doesn't always work, guys. I don't know. But I am working on like setting up certain days and like always the same day and time. But for now, I haven't been able to do that. That way, less chance of you guys missing me live, you know? Because I like to talk to you guys, right? Marissa, we like to talk to them.
We love to talk, yes.
Oh, look at me. Hey, Tiana, hi. AC Nelson, how have you been? How's it going? How are you feeling? You have returned, yes. Yeah, I missed a couple of the new ones that were being like very like regulars, like AC Nelson, and there was Pixel Fan drop off the face of the earth. I'm like, what happened? And then Shannon too, and I'm like, they left me. They don't
but
love me anymore.
They made room for new people.
Yeah.
So,
hey, the more the merrier, though, you know?
Yeah, true.
But, so because of the whole murder crime thing, so I want to talk about the AI. Guys, have you heard about the AI robots that killed a bunch of people in a lab? 29 scientists, to be specific. That's one thing we're going to talk about. I'm going to share that real quick with you. I also want to share the whole Trump, DOJ, the papers, because I actually had my own self. I was like, what do they mean by a master? Like, they're requesting a master. No, I can't remember what they said. And then yesterday, I was trying to share a little tidbit from Joe Rogan interviewing Aaron Rodgers yesterday, but then I was using the Spotify video, and I didn't realize that it wouldn't share. You could see, like, the Spotify, but it wouldn't share the video. You could hear the audio, but it wasn't even good either. Like, it wasn't plugged in right. And I was like... and I want to talk about how stupid the world is, especially in America, with New York and gun-free zones. Let me know your thoughts. Marissa, did you hear about any of these things? Did you hear about Aaron Rodgers?
I briefly saw the AI thing. I also love AI.
Oh, you did?
I'm super excited for that story. But I haven't.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I thought you were going to be like, nope, don't know. Because you know how you're like, I'm not really into like.
The one thing I do pay attention to is AI. I love that stuff.
Me too.
I love that stuff.
Nuts.
Scary,
that's awesome.
I love it.
All right. Do you want to start there?
Yeah, definitely start there.
Right. And then I'm thinking if we have time, I want to share this song that I really love that just came out a couple days ago. And I'm not trying to do a reaction, but at the same time, it'd be cool. And I don't know if you've seen it and whatnot, and I won't tell you who the artist is yet. You got to stick around for the end. I'm going to save it for the end.
Okay.
Because I was super impressed, and it just made me feel all kinds of, like, goosebumps. Like, wow. Give me 1 second. Okay. I have to adjust my cushion. Yeah, because I need a cushion.
For the tush.
For the tushin. Yup. Okay. All right. Screen sharing. So this isn't the exact video. I'm hoping that it's only 3 minutes long, guys. Okay, let's see. What's the visual? All right. Oh, no, see. It has to be this way. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we go. 4 AI robots kill 29 scientists in Japan, ? Journalist and Stanford graduate Linda Moulton addressed a crowd at the...
Journalist and Stanford graduate Linda Moulton addressed a crowd at the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles in December 2018. In her speech, she mentioned the threat of artificial intelligence and how 4 AI robots killed 29 scientists at the lab in Japan. While many are using this claim to argue about the dangers of artificial intelligence, others don't think this story is true. But what actually the story is, why she made such claim, what was her sources. In this video, we will try to find answers to such questions. And if you're curious to know, then press that subscribe button and dive with me into this video. Linda Moulton is a journalist, a Stanford graduate, and one of the most prominent UFO investigators.
1 second, this is weird because I could have sworn this just happened. August 25th. Oh, I guess they're going to get to it?
according to her. A top robotics company in Japan, strong and
You guys can look at this video
activated
later. I'll put it in the description below, but I want to get to the point that they...
According to some prominent persons, is life
Elon
when
Musk,
developed as a war
Hawkins,
machine
they all mention this.
by the named it killer of such kind. These AI probably didn't reported by her
Okay,
is
all right,
true
you
or
know
not.
what? Hold on. How about this one? I know, right? It's terrible. When I had it ready and I'm like, what? It's false. This clip's from the beginning of the speech of the concept of life I love how they always use this conspiracy theory shit.
At a top robotics...
A conspiracy theorist, it's like some things are facts. It's not a conspiracy if it's a fact. Let's see.
Company in Japan this week. 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before.
So according to this video, she presented no evidence whatsoever. Okay. Well, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the one video. Again, 1 day ago, this conspiracy theory about AI robots killing 29 in Japan. The internet loves nothing more than a good conspiracy theory. Okay, I get it. It's entertaining. But seriously, you said you heard about this yourself, right?
Yeah, I feel like I did, but now I did a project on a bunch of AI stuff back maybe like 4 years ago, so maybe that checks out that I would have came across that then if this happened in 2018.
Right? But why are they talking about it right now?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe something else just came out about it, but I was doing my project on I don't know if you remember this, but there's a Ukrainian citizen, actually, that's an AI robot, so it's the first AI citizen of anywhere, really. So I thought that was really cool. But my project was kind of just about like, where does the line fall between like human/robot if we're giving them like citizenship already, and just like the exponential growth of AI, just how like something 5 years ago to now, like the next 5 years we're gonna grow even more than that, if that makes any sense. It's just we're gonna keep growing at like such a crazy process. And the fact that said something about the robot like hacking into a satellite to figure out how to like work itself, it's just like human brains can't comprehend any of that. So that's why it's scary.
I believe it though. Like, why is it so hard to believe?
Right. Like, that's what I said. Like, it's always a conspiracy when it has to deal with things that we can't understand and technology and AI and stuff. But it's so real. So real. Yeah.
In fact, I just saw this other guy. I think his name is Scott Adams. He's like a cartoonist and whatnot. And he also does like his live podcast every day. I just started following him just as a curiosity. I'm like, okay, coffee with Scott Adams. Excuse me. And he was just mentioning how an AI did a picture of him. And he was saying, you know, it's not that difficult to believe because if you're an artist, then you're all into the art world and you know that art is math. Mm-hmm. So, of course, a robot can do it. He goes, but what's scary is that the robot could have made him look exactly as himself and yet took its own freedom of artistry to paint him the way they did. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I mean? Like, why did the robot choose to do that?
Yeah, yeah. It's like this concept of like a robot having like free will or something. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even if this is a hoax, even if it's a conspiracy, whatever, plenty of scientists for years now have said it's inevitable. Yeah. The AI will be like, you know, the Matrix. And they take over. Like, why wouldn't they?
Exactly. And a lot of people, I feel like people kind of push that under the rug. That just think 10 years ago, we didn't have technology anywhere near the way it was now. Can you imagine 10 years from this point in 2032? We're going to have stuff we literally as human brains can't even like think of. Like we're going to have like Wall-E type robots around. It's going to be, we're going to rely on robots to do everything, and we already do now, so it's only just going to get worse. And I feel like people ignore that and push it under the rug, but it's a very real thing. It's a very, very real thing.
It's like, I understand as humans, we want to be creative. We are creative. We're meant to be creative beings, and a co-creator at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we co-create our own reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whatever your thoughts are becomes your reality. It becomes it. You know, you think of it today and then it happens tomorrow and you're like, did I just manifest that? Or like, you know, but it's the truth. I mean, just like if you tell yourself every day that you're ugly, you think you're going to look better, or you think you might look worse after a while? Like, just think about it, right?
Yeah,
but if you tell yourself, I look good, then all of a sudden you're looking good. And everyone's like, hey, what are you doing lately? You're looking really good. Would you lose some weight? Did you do this? Did you change your hair? You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's so true that even this, and I'm comparing, very extreme comparison. I'm comparing something very small. Like I'm giving you on purpose the opposite, like the extreme opposite of AI, and how we're more powerful than we even know. And yet we're making these machines that are, in a sense, creatures of our own doing. So I understand our whole obsession with being creative and creating things like this, and like almost like playing God. That's what I was getting at with the whole creation thing. But it's like, it's like, you know, some things maybe are just not equipped to handle. Just because we can build it doesn't mean we can handle it.
Yeah,
I think what I mean? Like the nuclear bomb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so you created that. Oh, yeah, you know how to split atoms, and you know what happens from it. You know the radiation, all the bad things, and that doesn't mean we should do it.
Yeah, exactly. And
What's
I think
wrong?
that's the scary thing about making these AIs, not even just robots, just like the AI that is in your phone and in a computer and stuff like that, in your car. Like, the fact that we are, yes, making these things, but there will be a point that like those things will be making us and like shaping and molding like the human brain just as much as we're shaping and molding the AI right now. Like, there will be a point that humans are behind.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm dying to ask you the question of, so are you familiar with the WEF and the whole Charles Schwab and Harari, and how they're like, humans are hackable, and we're going to hack them now, and we're going to put chips in them. You know, before it was to help a guy who's, you know, can't move, has some kind of, you know, brain injury or whatever the issue is. And it's like, oh, that's really cool, because if before he was stuck to a wheelchair, now from this chip, he can walk. That's amazing. That's great. I get that part of science. But when they're like in Davos and all these, you know, conventions that they're doing, they're talking about how, you know, in a few years, like by 2030, no one's going to have a cell phone. It's going to be, your cell phone's going to be implanted in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
What? No. And they say it like, yeah, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Like we're going to take everybody's phone away. And if they want to be part of society, they have to do this. And I'm like, and either people aren't watching, or they just, I get so consumed in their own life that they don't realize that these small group of people are making our future decisions, and they're talking like we don't exist. You know, like when you talk about somebody and they're sitting right next to you and you act like they're not in the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Oh, Jay Darrow just said killer Tesla.
Yes, like Transformers gone wrong.
Hold on. AC Nelson goes, I have to respectfully disagree. If the human brain couldn't comprehend that level of intelligence, then we wouldn't have been able to create it.
Right, but that I disagree with you, because once robots start to be intelligent on their own, they won't need humans. So they're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And the average human's already dumber than the average robot, so disagree with you there.
What's your rebuttal, AC?
Stuff. Are you smart enough to create that stuff?
How about this?
I sure cannot even get my phone to work sometimes.
That's a good point. Jurassic Park. You only asked yourselves if you could. You didn't ask if you should. End quote. Love it.
I like that.
So true. What a great movie. Yeah, we could talk for days on the AI, but so now I can't believe that I was looking it up this morning and I didn't see anything that it was a conspiracy or false. I kept seeing more and more of it. I guess it's been trending, like somebody must have leaked that video or something.
Yeah.
And then everybody got on it. But isn't that funny? Within like 3 hours, they're already fact checkers. Snopes. Like Snopes. Like I love when my friends will they Snope whatever I say to them and they're like, nope, according to Snopes, that never happened. I'm like, yes, it did. Like I know for a fact that because I saw this happening live on live TV.
Yeah. Well,
and then they're like, but Snopes said no. I'm like, how many times do we have to? We just had Mark Zuckerberg. I just talked about it yesterday, admitting they manipulated things. He ain't going to say everything. Of course, we knew that. Hello, Elon Musk with the whole Twitter thing. He's like, yeah, I don't believe you only have 5% bots. And again, I had mentioned yesterday with the Zuckerberg comment about Intuit and how they're affiliated or it's owned by, and they use different names for stuff. But as you go down the rabbit hole and you check every box, you realize the government's behind it all, or at least a part of it, or a massive investor. It's like, no, man, that's not a conspiracy. It's right there. But Google's literally cutting out information. I have to use different browsers and all kinds of stuff. And not because the different browsers allow fake news. It's the fact that the truth is the mainstream is all fake. I don't believe shit.
Yeah, it's funny this is coming up because my true crime story is very much about covering up information and just kind of shoving something obvious under the rug to not get someone convicted of murder. So,
which real quick, that's going to be a segue to my next point about the gun-free zone. That I'm like, who doesn't know that that's like the worst law ever? And it's already been proven. But here's AC Nelson. I give you the last part of that argument all day long. Did you see that? Laughing his ass off emoji times 3. So get this. I'm not going to get too into it, but so here it is. Because they're in Times Square, gun-free zone. Now, do you know what that really means? That's exactly
if I saw that sign, I wouldn't know.
Right. Well, it sounds
Wednesday, along the entrances to Times Square along 6th, 8th, and 9th Avenues, generally speaking, and also on 40th and 53rd Streets. There's also light-up mobile LED signs. That Concealed Carry Improvement Act takes effect today, allowing the state to ban guns in sensitive areas like schools, theaters, polling places, and more. But the city council wants to add Times Square to that list. In the meantime, the NYPD is acting on
which is funny because Times Square specifically, I just read yesterday about how they even put something out there. Don't quote me, forgive me, look it up. But it was like saying that, to be careful around Times Square because it's getting that bad, right? That they're having to put an announcement about it. Now, the next day or 2 days later, they're putting this gun-free zone. These politicians, I don't care. I don't care what side of the fence you think you're on. But if you're smart and you're into politics and you know law, that doesn't stop the criminal from shooting people. It literally makes the vulnerable even more vulnerable. And plus, the laws are different in gun-free zones than in non-gun-free zones. And they actually help the criminal. I'm not kidding you. So it's so weird how it sounds so good. Oh, this is going to be a gun-free zone. Yay, my kid's going to be safe in the school zone.
Yeah.
And you're actually making it easier for the criminal.
Yeah.
I'm just simplifying it.
I don't like the idea that you can put up a sign that says gun-free zone and that magically makes the area perfectly safe. The sign isn't doing anything. You need law enforcement and someone there to check and make sure people aren't bringing guns into the zone. There's a smoke-free zone sign outside of my neighborhood. That doesn't mean people don't smoke here. Like, hanging up a sign doesn't solve the problem of the crime.
Right. Hold on. Schmutz Streeter 4. If you consider human as only machines, then yes, AI is able to hold more knowledge, but no wisdom. Oh, that's a good one. That just gave me like little butterflies and weebie-jeebies. I think the marriage, in quote, of fallen man and machine is the real danger. This is deep. How do you take that?
If you consider humans as only machines, then yes. So yeah, I agree that AI doesn't have like a soul per se. Like, they don't have like morals or like wisdom, like you're saying. But that's almost more scary in my opinion. So I don't really. That's
Elaborate.
where my head's at.
I think, but it is a truth. Like, if we lose ourselves, ethics,
Yeah.
for example, morality,
Yeah.
I think the marriage of fallen man and machine is the real danger.
Like, yeah, I'm also not saying that every AI is going to be Terminator. I'm just saying that we're like, could be good robots out there. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. There's probably going to be a lot of good ones, but that doesn't mean that there's not bad robots, just like there's not bad people. So. Yeah,
but like, if they can be more powerful than us, physically even. They can throw you across the room in a way not most of us can. Mm-hmm. So it's like, no, I don't want you near me. Yeah. I don't even like the creepy freaking dogs.
Yeah.
Robot dogs like they had in China, which they already have had here a couple times. And they're telling the Chinese people, don't listen to your soul. Yeah. You must stay inside. Don't follow your urge. Your soul urge. Is like, wait, I thought they cut all religion out of China. Why are they making this robot dog with those little, what do you call those little?
Yeah, true.
What do you call those things they speak through?
Little megaphone thing.
Megaphone, yeah.
Yeah.
Megaphone. Ew! No, No. Anything that can outsmart me or no, you know what? I don't mind having a smart machine, but something that could harm me. See, if they make the machine the size of a mouse, but then again, hold on. Because with AI, they have like the drones. Did you see that? I love this one TED Talk about the guy going, let me tell you about these drones that are the size of flies. Mm-hmm. And they could kill you like that. They could shoot anybody. Yeah. They can wipe out an army.
It's not even a matter of, too, like their physical ability. Like, the second that these AI whatevers like exist and we all start listening to them, that's the moment that everything will start to crumble.
Well, I totally believe what that woman said, and I don't care about the whole, whether it's fake conspiracy about the 29 killed, but it makes total sense that if I'm a robot, I'm just saying, like, if I already know I'm probably working on Wi-Fi, that I can download information.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody to push a button to give me that information.
Yeah.
You already connected me to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So if you can command me, why can't I make the command?
And there's probably a point where these robots will just be able to do all that by themselves. And
so we got, welcome, BT325. Are robots, can you see that? Oh, wait.
Yes. Some of them are popping up.
Are robots able to make choices, or do they just follow the code that people created? That's the point that we were just saying. Yes, they can make choices. That's the whole point. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are buying them already as lovers, as a woman or a male, you know what I mean? Companion or spouse.
If everyone has not watched Black Mirror yet, go do that, please. Because that Black Mirror talks about all of this stuff.
What's up with that? How about AC Nelson? Let's look at this logically. Hypothetically, I'm a criminal, period. Done some time, shoot people, etc. Period. I already have warrants
Yeah.
outstanding, and carrying illegally. Period.
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh at that sign.
Right.
period.
You're going to stand there and take a picture in front of it with like your finger, like, haha, look at this. Like,
This is
stupid.
ridiculous. I just, that's my whole thing. And that's why I love, when we started this channel, or like you've been with me in many episodes, that I'm just like, man, I'm tired of just saying it and it doesn't get recorded, because
Yeah.
I can never get tired of saying, I just keep feeling that every piece of news, whether it's fake or not, it's the words that they choose. It's like, again, they can't tell me a story in news without saying, this person, a conspiracy theorist, did this and that, or said that. That's like, you didn't have to say that, dude. Or this person who's a right winger is a Trumpster. You didn't have to say
Yeah.
that. Just say
Yeah.
the freaking news, asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it pisses me off. Like,
It's all like little nitpicky. It's the way it's
Yeah.
like, constructed that is the.
that's not journalism.
Yeah.
Who, what, why, when, where.
Yeah.
The 5
no
W's.
biases, like that doesn't exist anymore. You can't get a news anything without bias anymore.
But us, the consumers, should be demanding. Instead of canceling people, we should be like, hey, why don't you tell the news?
Yeah.
If it's an op-ed, say this is an op-ed.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
boom, here's the news, here's the mic drop, here's the bombshell. And I understand we're so desensitized that they have to continue to make things more sensational. But my thing is, that's beyond sensational. That's insulting, labeling. You're causing a problem. You're making people divided by saying that. Just say the news. Anyway, sorry. Okay, next on the list, the whole Trump thing. All right, I'm going to screen share, because my whole thing is they kept talking about this master thing. And I'm like, I was asking a friend of mine yesterday, I'm like, what is the whole master thing? I don't know. You just made that up. I'm like, no, I swear to God, I've been seeing it on the news, this and that. And ever since, especially the whole lockdown in 2020, I obviously had more time to like delve into and to really like pay attention to the politics, although I don't care for it. I just wanted to know, like, what are they doing to make people so crazy right now? And so I had a lot of terms. I was like, what is that again? Like, it took me a while to be like, a rhino? Is that supposed to be a Republican? Like, I just assumed that, but I still look it up, because I'm like, I need to understand what they're saying, because all these labels is exactly my point. Okay, I'm sorry. sorry. No. All right. Screen share. And again, of course, like I said, if I screen share right now, the top headlines, top stories, it's all mostly CNN, CBS, ABC, all that. And they're all horrible and not giving me any details. They're just like, so, the Trump or whatever, they're already fighting back, and they're like, they don't want to prove this, or they don't want to answer that. And then they have this ex-CIA and an FBI guy on, different. Anyway, I clicked on them, and I'm just like, who can watch this? Even their face expressions, like their smirks and the remarks, it's like, you're just on a witch hunt attack. If you're supposed to be the expert, give me an answer. Don't be like, no, he definitely had declassified documents. Well, I looked that shit up, and apparently the president can determine whenever to declassify something. He doesn't have to prove it. Doesn't have to be under recording. I mean, it's just like, you are not telling the truth, and you're covering up the law. Just like they're twisting the words, the meaning of recession, the meaning of a woman, the meaning of a... No, dude, I'm not... Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
The other big story this morning, 24 days after the raid on Mar-a-Lago, a Florida judge could allow what they call a special master, basically a neutral party, to review all the documents that were seized. For more on that, let's welcome in Donald Trump's attorney, Elena Haba. Elena, great to have you back on. Good morning.
Do it on your own time, but look up what she says or how they portray her on CNN, CBS, and everything else, right? And even Fox I wouldn't even look at. As you can see, I'm using Newsmax, and I also looked at other, independent news medias, and it's just like they gave, pretty much, they answered my question on this whole master thing. Anyway.
Good morning, Rob. How are you?
So here we are, September 1st. The raid happened August the 8th. What do you think about how this plays out today? And if a special master is appointed and approved, what happens next?
The judge has indicated in their preliminary order that they are inclined to grant the special master, which would be great. I think that we all know that they've said that they've gone through the documents already. There are some privileged documents, but appointing a special master would have for lack of better words, it's like a mediator, somebody who's neutral, who's not working for the DOJ, who's not working for Trump, who could come in and just take a look at the documents that were taken and sift through them and make sure that everything is returned that should be, check on the classifications, those that were classified, declassified. I don't believe any are classified. My understanding is that everything was declassified, but they would be overseeing this whole process and making sure everything was done properly. So I think the judge will grant it. We'll see today. Okay, Elena, I want to show you this picture. This is from the DOJ's 36-page appeal. A little bit of theater involved in this picture. They, by the way, our adversaries can see this just like we all can see this. But I want to point out the Time magazines, the framed covers of Time magazine on the right-hand side of the screen. Donald Trump, apparently, they wanted this in the picture to show that Trump is keeping, copies of magazine covers that he was on. And I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, why do that? If you're on the cover of a magazine, whether it's Sports Illustrated or Time or whatever, you're going to keep that and you're probably going to frame it. Right. Why are they doing this type of thing? I mean,
because they're psychos and they have no life and they get off on this shit. I'm not kidding you. They get off on being nasty. Just like your positivity is contagious, so is negativity. And you know what I mean? People love it. Misery loves company.
And it's that concept of, like, don't believe what's on TV. Like, they could have easily taken this picture 3 inches zoomed in, and it would be a whole different thing. Placing them on the floor. I think that they wanted to show that there were things with top secret markings for the public to justify the raid. What that doesn't tell you.
Do you see how she kind of has like almost like a fixed half smile, where it's like she's like, this is bullshit. This is what I'm picking up from her just by looking at her.
I got that too.
Things are declassified that are marked classified. They don't change the markings when they do that.
Right.
So that doesn't really indicate to me that would necessarily be classified document. At one point it obviously was, but that doesn't mean that the president under the Presidential Records Act didn't declassify them. So I think the picture, it's strange. They keep saying this is very sensitive, but then they attach a picture of documents that they've taken out and placed for a photo op in order to sway the public. I don't think the DOJ should care about the public's opinion. I think it should be very much about their investigation.
And that's why they did that. Okay, it's clear.
But still, like, for me, I'm not hearing enough about the witch hunt. Like, we all know that this is politics. And I'm sure Trump expected this. I mean, this kind of behavior. He's aware, used to it, sadly, disgustingly. And I'm not defending Trump. It's the fact that if they're doing this to him, and I know everybody's been saying this as well, they can do it to anybody and for any reason. And that's the whole breakdown of a society. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like a third world country, politically speaking. And it's like, if everyone just, go ahead, stay on your cell phones. Go ahead. Pretend like you're going to watch your next Netflix and shit. Like, you think this is not going to come to your door?
Yeah, I think she made a really good point, too, when she said, like, I don't think people should care about the public opinion.
Yes.
But, like, I agree with that in a way. But I also don't think the public should not be scared, like you just said, because next is the public who's going to get, like, harassed like this.
Oh, just to regress a little bit, check this out. Jay Doro, aren't the majority of mass shootings done in gun-free zone? Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for pointing. Yes, I thought about that earlier. I should have wrote that down. You're the best. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Going back to the AI topic, Schmutz Streeter 4, future machine/software hackers will be the heroes of the people. Yeah.
They should make a movie about that, where like the hero is like some hacker that hacks the robots to stop killing people.
Hello, Neo. Neo in the Matrix. I'm all about the Matrix. And my whole thing is that exactly. It's like looking through the bullshit, being able to decode, right? Which is why I do the whole hacking happiness thing. It's truly, it is a system, a strategy. Oh my God. Girl, that was awesome. I love it. Hey, Anthony, welcome. Hey, what's good, Miss Olga? You know what's good? Life. And these low lifes, want to putrefy this perfectly made world that if it wasn't for these degenerates, we would all be in pretty much paradiso.
Yeah.
For real, most humans want to help each other. Most humans know to work together to survive and to thrive. Most humans want to have a good time. That's why misery loves company, because misery enjoys it, meaning they get off on it. They have fun with other people's misery. So see, ultimately, we all want to have fun, don't we? How we have fun, but this is some sick shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see that? Does it zoom in when I zoom in, or you don't see that on your end?
I didn't see anything.
Hey, Albert Rios, welcome. When I watch people on CNN, they all look miserable. So true.
And
like
that's because someone else is telling them how to say what they are saying. I know a lot of people who work.
Yeah, they sell themselves. Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have a say in what you're showing people. It's all staged. It's all staged.
Oh, yes. AC, why don't you just speak for me? Because I swear he keeps saying stuff that I'm like, I want to add, and then I go on my little rants, and I'm like, eh. Persecution of political opponents is straight out of the communist playbook. Exactly. And when they keep calling the so-called right, specifically the Trumpsters type, right, that they're fascists. And it's like, excuse me, fascist is when you're telling people what to do and no laws. And that's, tyranny. That's communism right there. It's like, so you're not a Democrat. If you think you're a Democrat or you're on the left, you're not. Okay? Because you're telling people what they can and cannot do, and you're taking any freedoms, and you're changing laws, and you're changing terms. That's communism. Please, go visit China. Go visit, other communist countries. Cuba. I mean, even just go to Venezuela. Check that out, please. I ask you. Because this is, again, not about life, left and right. It's.
Yeah. So just about how people believe whatever they hear at this point.
It's a rotted society. It's a rotted society that I think are spoiled. Haven't had anything bad in their whole life, but they're about to taste it because obviously they're not going to stop until they swallow it. Anyway, next. What do you know about the whole Aaron Rodgers, Joe Rogan?
Nothing.
Really? Do you know who Aaron Rodgers is?
I do. I also know Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Haven't heard about this.
I do. Okay. All right. I'm not going to play this because it's for the whole thing. I'm going to see if I can check
Joe
out.
Rogan Experience.
He's talking about the V. And by the way, guys, if you don't even, I said it in yesterday's live, I've already gotten 3 videos taken down and I did nothing wrong. But in one of them, I played a tidbit of an ex-Democrat who, because of the V and the injuries around his circle of friends and family, he's like, I'm done. And he was a big donor too. And so they took that video down. But guys, if you didn't know, if you ever see anything or you're missing or you see numbers of one of my episodes missing, go check it out on Rumble or BitChute under the same name, the Olga S. Pérez Show. But yeah, and then they did the AT. I can't say his name either. What did I do there? Because he's banned everywhere. I can't talk about him. But I reached out to YouTube again. I'm like, yo, why can I still search him on YouTube? And there's other people with videos about the same thing, talking about him and giving their opinion just like me. Why are you taking me? And I'm a new channel. So they're totally stunting my growth, and I'm just starting. Ooh. And then, that's what I talked about yesterday with the Mark Zuckerberg's like, maybe we did a little shadow banning, just a little. Oh, shut up. Oh, it's like, like everyone needs to stop acting like these people are gods and these experts, and they need to stop using his platform, Facebook, all that shit. He'll shit his pants because I don't know if you also know, but YouTube's CEO just stepped down. And after like about 12 years or something like that, because TikTok is kicking YouTube's ass. So even if they did the shorts on, the YouTube option of shorts, it's still not. They're losing ad revenue. It's like, and I don't want to go to TikTok because we know who's running that.
Yeah.
The Chinese Communist Party. That Trump was right when he was like, we need to block these people. But yet, they know that everybody's attention span's 20, 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're all going. It's like, but did you see those clips where the people in China are only allowed to do certain types of videos on TikTok? Yet us, we can do all the degenerate, crazy, stupid shit?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know they were banned from that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, go. Here, it's everyone, like, literally doing these challenges and killing themselves and shit, but not in China.
Huh.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year or so, but, man, it's been a good year.
What was the craziness like? Like when all the people were calling you a plague rat and
because he wouldn't get the V.
I mean, it's you and how do you say the guy's name? The tennis player,
Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, Djokovic. I mean, we talk about the healthiest human beings on earth, professional
playing
athletes.
in the U.S. Open now.
Yeah, I know
because of this,
which is bananas. The guy's already had COVID, recovered from it. I think he had it twice.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best athletes in the world. I mean, the guy's body's in tip-top condition.
Players are incredible fitness.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, you can't come. You didn't follow the rules. Like it defies science, defies logic. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense, especially at this stage of the pandemic, air quotes. I mean, what the fuck, man? What was it like for you?
It was really difficult. For sure.
I'm even afraid to play this whole thing, guys, because if he says the whole V word, which I think he does now that I'm thinking, and I'm not afraid of YouTube. I just want to be able to have the discussion, get your input on it. Marissa, so you don't know anything about this, but he, did you remember during the whole thing that if you didn't get the V, first of all, he talks about having like a bracelet, I believe, like the ones like yellow was the non, and I think green was the ones that did the V, and how they couldn't like shower together or dine together or work out together. Did you know about that? So I already knew all this, but you know, the way he says it and how I think one of the killer moments for me, what happened? What did I do? Where'd it go? Oh, sorry about that. You still seeing my screen?
I'm an author and I sell literally thousands of books on.
Okay, girl. There you go. You got a little free cameo.
Rogan experience.
So he talks about
it's been
how they sent like a stooge, right, to educate him and basically brainwash. And then the guy just basically said, you know, how do you know, like, what's the legal aspect of it? Like, how am I protected, or how is it, you know, what about the legal? What about if something happens to me, then what? And the guy's like, I'm just here to like push the V on you. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, if it wasn't such a long clip, and I had thought
public shaming that was attempted to coerce people to get vaccinated, because not only are you wearing a yellow wristband.
See what I mean? How disgusting is that? And then God forbid Gina Carano talks about, hey, stop treating each other and snitching and acting like the Jews in Germany. Again, I'm even like paranoid of even saying that right now, because that is exactly this. And I dare anybody to come to me, please, and tell me otherwise. Try to do what they did to Gina Carano, because what was wrong of that she said? She was actually trying to say, hey guys, let's unite. Let's stop doing this. This is where it's going. I'm surprised she kept her cool so cool. I mean, she had some interviews, you know, off the grid or, you know, different platforms. Did you know Gina Carano, right? And how she worked for Disney? She was in the, what was it? The DeLorean? What's it called again? I'm going to mess it up.
The Star Wars thing?
Yeah, what was it called? The only thing I liked about that new Star Wars was Baby Yoda.
Mandalorian. There you go.
Mandalorian. Thank you.
I was going to say valedictorian. I was like, that's not it.
So I guess I just already said the whole thing, so don't need to play the clip. I'm going to look at the chat, see what they have to say. But what do you have to say about that? What he went through, dude, he stood his ground. He's a badass MFer. No, badass. Wait. No.
Yeah, you had it.
No, but you know what? Since I learned years ago where the term MF came from. Did you know where it comes from?
I didn't know it was from anywhere.
The slaves, and how the slave owners, when they needed more slaves, they would force the males to have sex with their mothers.
Wow.
Sick shit. And that's literally what it's called to be an MFer. And so, it's been around, so it comes out naturally, but that's not what I mean at all. Not only because of the history of it. No, but someone else said it differently, and I loved it. And it was like, mother lover. So he's a badass mother lover. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that better? What's up? And that's more alignment with me than, the Emma Effer. Anyway, not that I'm afraid to say the word Emma Effer, it's because of that it's just, once you know something, it's like, not that I think that this woman is perfect, but Maya Angelou, when she says, you don't do better until you know better. When you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think
that's
classic. That's beautiful. That's so powerful and strong. And I'm with her on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So what do you think? I'm going to look at the chats while, what do you think about this guy? What he went through?
I don't know much about, what did he have to do? Or did they just come at him for not getting the V? I don't know. I'm out of the loop with this one.
Okay. AC Nelson, China. Autocorrect had an aneurysm. Laugh out loud emoji. Okay, now I'm a little, here we see Gina. Gina is one of the toughest, sweetest women you'll ever meet. I agree. I mean, that's the feeling I get from her 100%. She's an example of a real woman. IMO. Albert Rios. Oh. The way they treated people in the NFL was sick. So sick. But again, they're setting an example, It's like this is like a beta test. The shit's calming down. Because people won't stop. People won't just stop. I swear to God, if most people just shut the TV off for a week,
yeah,
I guarantee you would be in a different place. Just
I
that
always
alone.
wanted to bring up, how they banned a bunch of those Dr. Seuss books a little bit ago? And
yes.
I'm pretty sure one of them they banned was like the Star-Bellied Sneetches or whatever. That story just reminds me of that, the whole like yellow wristband thing. Like, they're doing exactly what that Dr. Seuss kids book was about. Just shoving people in one category and putting other people in another category.
But was that one of the books they banned?
I think so.
Oh my God. What, because it would have had like a Chinaman or something in there?
I think it was just the fact that it's like discriminatory play. I don't know. I think it's just the fact that it was kind of like racist towards the Star-Bellied or whatever. But that's literally what's happening in the world today.
I'm so glad you knew about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for mentioning it. So, I'm going to do that song and we're going to wrap it up because I have to go. Well, what is it? What do they say? The show must, no, there's the show must go on, but what's the one they say at the end? Like another.
That's a wrap. That's what I say.
Okay, whatever. You get my point. With this one, we're going to close it. We're going to look at the super chats. And let's see. Wondering if you... Okay. I don't know. I feel like there should be a drum roll. So... Have you seen this? What do you know about this? So are you familiar with Timcast IRL or Tim Pool?
Mm-mm.
That's what I love about you. So he's a popular podcaster. He's got a couple million followers. He's got different channels. He's doing very well. He's a journalist. And apparently he used to be the left, and now he still says he's like center, liberal, that kind of thing. And he agrees with certain things from both sides, but yet everybody keeps putting him in the right because he just keeps calling out the truth on whatever news comes out. And I don't watch him all the time, but anyway, I don't know I think he announced it, but regardless, I wasn't, trying to follow up, but he had mentioned he wrote a song and he was going to release it. But it also, obviously, when you watch certain things, the YouTube will pop things up. I started watching it, dude, and I was like, I read a lot of the comments. The left, of course, goes nuts, and I'm going, I wanted to share this video with you and everyone watching because please somebody tell me how can the left make this? Or again, these group of people that are under mass psychosis, like how can they make a great song and politicize it? But one of the cute remarks or comments that I remember seeing, or somebody wrote about how, hey, who knew that the beanie guy, because he always wears a beanie, that's like now his brand, to wear a beanie hat. Mm-hmm. So they're like, who knew the beanie guy could sing? Seriously, like totally, like this guy blew my mind. But seriously, the song is so freaking good. And I don't know if it's the producer or one of the band members as well. I don't know necessarily if it's the drummer or whatever, but he got out of a band that he was in because he wouldn't do the V. Or like they gave him that ultimatum or something like that. Guys, correct me in the chats, but you get where I'm saying. And so I'm really, but again, I'm not trying to support him. This is not about politics. I think this song is amazing. And this is from some podcaster who's a journalist who wears a beanie. And wait till you see his face. But the voice, and wow, okay, let me shut up. I'm pushing. You guys ready? You ready? I'm pushing play. All right.
Did you think I'd leave you there? Did you think I'd never keep my promise to? It's easy when I'm lying there with you, and every night I dream of you, and every night I promise to hold on to the dream I'll one day wake up next to you. Did you know you left me there, staring at the heartache in my soul, as I fell to pieces into the one you're leaving for? There's only one thing I want you to know, is that I have found my peace here. Think I'd walk away? Did you think I'd break my promise? Not today. It's easy when I'm standing there with you, yet every day away from you, it's another day I break my promise to hold on, 'cause holding on is harder than I knew. Did you know I left you there, staring at the heartache in your soul, as your heart fell to pieces into the world you're leaving for? There's only one thing I think you should know, is that now you can rest in peace, dear. I only ever wanted you to stay. I only ever needed you. I only ever wanted you to stay. I only ever needed you. I only ever needed you.
Usually I don't play the whole song, right? You know me, when I usually do a reaction, like music video. But then I was watching your reaction. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe not this part. Maybe not. So what did you think? First of all, did you like the song?
I definitely like this music video. I really like how it's shot and everything. I think it was really cool.
That was going to be my next question. So you don't like the song, you like the video.
I was paying more attention to the video aspect. I don't know if that's just me
I did the
being a
same
film
thing when I
person or
watched
not,
it the first time. And then I made it a point to put my headphones on, put the volume up, and not look. And that's when I appreciated the guy could sing.
Yeah,
You're
see,
right.
I didn't. I liked the end, this like rock breakdown in the ending, but I feel like I wasn't even really listening to the words as much as I should have been. I was just watching the video.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. AC Nelson. He goes, I don't easily give compliments, but I'm impressed. Period. I didn't expect such a clean tenor sound from Tim. I know.
And he can do that, like beginning and like the more rocky, like screamo, like sound too with the end. That's
great job with the song and the video! Exclamation from AC Nelson. Thank you, AC. I'm gonna tag Tim in the video. See if we get his pointers. Although, I mean, I don't know if you want me to keep playing it to the end, because to me, it's like at this point it gets a little more repetitive. But I just thought it's a short What kind of would you call this? Like indie rock or like what's like not indie rock? What's the? But anyway, can you please explain to me how the left? Anyway, forget the left. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm not gonna mention them anymore as this side or that side, right? But how are they politicizing this?
How are they politicizing that? That makes no sense.
I mean, let me see. I want to know if yeah, they Timcast Pool song. Let me see. I'm searching for Timcast or whatever it says the song, right? So like Timcast himself wrote. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
I want to know why do I have to switch it? You know what I mean? I got to figure out what am I doing. I get so in the moment that I'm like, I know there's supposed to be a way I could just click, the next tab. I guess if I do the window, no, whatever. So like this is his website and this is what he wrote. The leftists are pissed that Tim Pool's song hit number 2 on iTunes. This is days ago. Thank you for supporting Only Ever Wanted. And he got already 2 million views within like 2-3 days on YouTube. But is that the article? That's it? Or is this the article? Like in what way? I mean, I've read other pieces. Tim Pool's Only Ever Wanted rockets up to iTunes. Let's see. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tim Pool's Only Ever Wanted rockets up. So far, so good. Only Ever Wanted stormed the iTunes. Breaking the Post Millennial. Well, the editor-in-chief, she goes on his show a lot, so I'm sure she's not going to say anything bad. I'm really looking for, like, the bad comments now. Let's see, Timcast song. I mean, you could look it up for yourself as well, but I just want to give you like an example. Do you see anything?
I
guess I'm scrolling too fast too.
Yeah.
Go
on the comments under the YouTube video. Although he probably
has. There you go. Again. I should just be able to click. All right. Comments on the... Can you see it?
Yeah, I can't read any of them, though. It's too small.
Okay. This Tim Pool sounds like a good guy. Maybe he should start a podcast. Okay, that's funny. All right. She is beautiful. He relayed his melancholy perfectly in his expressions, and the song was awesome. Okay. Negative comments. That man murdered the drums. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
This is honestly so much better than I could have imagined. Having listened to... I couldn't have imagined. Middle finger to the Offspring for letting... I was right. It was the drummer. For letting a great drummer go over a shot. Told you.
Wow. That's crazy to me.
I'm sure there's a negative, but so far it's pretty positive. I can't believe that when I'm looking on my own, I can find all kinds of stuff. And it wasn't just because he said, all right, Tim, or no, how about Tim Pool's song reviews? Look at this guy. Oh, can you see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Tim Pool's new song sounds like Nickelback, except a lot less catchy. Do you think he deserves that kind of criticism? Like, is that justified? Is that really? Like, you're just being a hater. I mean, he does kind of sound like Nickelback. I get where he's coming from, but a lot less catchy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel
Do you
like
think that was an honest review?
I feel like he didn't even put this song out and like expect it to get this big. So I feel like he's just happy that there are some people who liked it.
Totally. This is just stupid stuff that's coming out.
Like, I think he did better than he thought he did with
definitely.
The song out, I think.
Definitely.
So he's already winning.
It's like 69 cents downloadable on iTunes.
Yeah, so he didn't even...
here we go. The Daily Beast. I think this is the one I read. How a far-right YouTuber uses butt rock to lure in viewers. Do you see what we're talking about with the words?
Butt rock.
Why can't you just give a review? Why do you have to...
Yeah, a far-right YouTuber, yeah. Who cares about the first part? Just say a YouTuber
and who
made
wrote
a rock
this?
Song.
Who wrote this? It's the Daily Beast, but who's the writer? Oh,
yeah.
is he or she hiding their name?
Anonymous? Probably paid by the Daily Writer to say those words.
Butt rock is the phrase of a lot of people would use to describe this.
I don't even know what that means, butt rock.
A lot of supporters of Tim Pool were saying this is like a middle finger to the Offspring. Okay, we read that in the comments. Okay, all right. So this person obviously been reading the comments on the video. Okay, so we could look at like this article is actually pretty good in that sense that I'm like, is it a real review? Like you're just being an asshole, nasty. Like if you don't like the song, say why not.
Yeah.
But just with the title alone,
because
dude.
He's a right-winged YouTuber.
And he's not a right-winger. That's the thing. And where's the fact checks to this?
Yeah.
Why isn't this getting canceled or taken down?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not citing. It's not only was there a plagiarism problem, but it was plagiarizing the very outlets that Tim has made a career pretending to be the exact opposite of. Again, it's all attack. The Daily Beast used to be a cool place, kind of like Vice. And they all got crazy. Like this is not journalism. This is not a report.
Yeah. It's definitely not non-biased. I can tell you that from the first sentence.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm so glad that it. At the end of the day, did you enjoy the song? Did you like it? You don't have to like it just because I liked it.
I mean, that like beginning slow style is not my style of music, but I did like that rock at the end there.
Me either.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, it's nice, you know. And then I was like, okay, I want to pay attention. I was, like you said, I was first captivated by the video. Then I'm like kind of listening to the music and then his voice. And then I was like, I just didn't. And then I think it was, I don't know if it was the third time that all of a sudden I just didn't try to pay attention at all. And then I started feeling it go through me. And I was like, so I don't care if I don't like that type. That's my point.
Yeah.
It's not my style of song either.
Yeah.
But if it made me feel something, you cannot deny that. If you do, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. You're a zombie. You're not human.
Yeah, true. No, I definitely like the little
Let me see your guys' comments. I'm sorry.
I definitely like the combination he had in there of like slow rock.
Did he come out? Did he come off as an asshole? Did the song come off as a, shit poppy, made up, AI created? No, for real. I felt like they put soul into it.
Let people make content. If they're content creators by whatever they want to do. If they want to do a podcast one day and then a YouTube video the next day, let them do that. They're content. It's content. Let them do then.
What do we got here? Jason said, I would say maybe alt metal. Oh yeah.
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 Definitely very like.
I definitely know it's not indie rock.
And then there.
They call it, but it's not what I've been seeing, like the articles written about it. I think they've been calling it something rock, but I know it's not indie rock. I like your alt metal.
Alternative rock.
I like Timpo because he always has good information. I enjoyed the video. Oh, yeah. Did you, by the way, Albert, did you see this before, or is this the first time seeing it here on my channel? Let me know. I'm just curious. Albert Rios, they have to politicize this because by entering this space, Tim creates an alternative space. You're right. And he's been all about, I want to create the culture to counteract with that. I hate to say it, but the inverted, perverted culture of there's no such thing as gender. And you know what I mean? It's like, look, I'm all about being open-minded and creating new realities and, and again, being progressive as far as like growing and moving forward, like with technology as we have, right? We're not in the Middle Ages, supposedly, but this is the exact behavior of Middle Ages where you're just, it's like, it's a different type of witch hunt. It's the same thing. It's like, and it's not the first time that Christians have been persecuted. And again, I'm not trying to stick up for Christians, but it's literally how this has been going down. I'm seeing TikToks of people saying that. These Christians. Like, it's automatic that the right is Christian, which I understand. A lot of the spokespeople and influencers and anchors, they wear the cross. And that's kind of like, you can kind of see that that side is like, yo, I'm this side is on God's side, Christian side. And the people that want to be more modern and create a new reality, I understand that. But you're literally going against anything that's out there and you're going, I want to create the opposite of it just because. Yeah. And that's so ego narcissistic. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not being progressive. You're really not. You're just taking what somebody else has created and trying to go against it. That's it. So like a rebel with a cause, I guess. And what is your cause? Emptiness? Misery? Like, I don't know if it was Albert that mentioned it. Yeah. Tell me how these people look happy ever. Never. It's like, please convince me. And remember what Matt Gaetz did also said about how predominantly, statistically, that side over here with the crosses, they're better looking people as the majority.
Is that a proven fact?
Not the other side. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's been that way for decades.
Wow.
Like, yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. And again, I've always been against like the fanatics of religion. So that's why I've always considered myself a progressive, but more in the liberal sense as far as freedoms go. Not that I'm going to bash your beliefs. I'm just like, you do you, I do me, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
I can't stand when people try to tell you how to be, how to act. And you and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
When I don't give people what they want, like a phone call, when they want it, it's like, that's definitely not the way to get me to fucking call you.
No.
You should know that.
That's a very good analogy, though.
Let me say AC Nelson. Laugh out loud. This is a diehard liberal! Exclamation. Who? Me? Oh, wait. Talking about narcissism. I just made myself look like, who, me? Oh, me? I'm sorry. Okay, laugh out loud, exclamation, in capital. Tim is a diehard liberal, exclamation, yes. If all some people want eye-catchy, they can turn on Taylor Swift.
Ew.
Boom.
They
won't like
Taylor
real
Swift.
music. And I like some of her songs.
I like her old stuff, like, but ever since, like, 2000.
She started again. She started doing that. They all, even like Ariana Grande and stuff. I used to love her. And then it's all this, they all sound the same.
Yeah.
The stallion, the whatever, they're just, they're trying to act badass, but they're gross and it's not catchy. And again, they don't make me feel shit. So to me, it's like, even if, whether I'm into rap or not, like Tom McDonald, this guy can make me want to listen to his rap because it makes me feel something.
Yeah. We don't need another song about sex and
say?
drugs.
I saw it. Oh, he did see the video before. Oh, the day that it came out. Yeah, so did I. But by the time I saw it in that day, I think he had already had like 350,000 views. So I wasn't one of the first people. But I really enjoyed it, and it really took me away, man. So I want to see. Let me know for the next podcast if you just listen to it and like crank it up and see if like I would love to see if it made you feel anything and if it did, what specifically did it make you feel? Because I think when you're really not paying attention is when it kind of goes through you. It's weird. Anyway,
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Until next time. Thank you, Marissa, for being here.
Course.
I adore you.
Always love being on here. Thank
my
you,
God,
everybody,
I missed
for
you.
tuning in.
I can't wait till the next time.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Until
much
next
love,
time,
guys.
Bye.
And we'll talk soon. Bye.